a fool. Oh, a fool. Okay. Do I look more professional with this? Okay. Should I sacrifice my oxygen level? Is this more professional? More professional. Okay. I got a fat neck, haven't I? I'm going to sacrifice my oxygen supply. Okay. So knight c6. All right. So knight f6. Right. So am I playing this? What is this? What is this? Is it an attempt to win a pawn? Am I going to go a pawn down? But isn't there a liberating d5 here when it's lacking development? Surely I've got a bit of compensation, or will I be crushed? Oh, am I opening up the bishop? Maybe this is all pretty dumb. And I don't know yet. I thought maybe he could have taken to open up that bishop. I'm not convinced by my position at the moment. Maybe I've got knight f4. This looks like I'm trying to find some counterplay at the moment. Maybe there's knight f4 for the pawn. Some counterplay for the pawn. Yeah, what to say here? What to say? I don't know. Is queen h4? Is g3 knight h3? Is that something? Or bishop d5? Is there any tactics to drum up or not? Oh. I'm not convinced. There's knight e3 here. f5 coming out. Bishop d5. Okay, I can get a pawn back, it seems. Will I be running into trouble? Will I be running into big trouble? There might be another way of playing this with bishop d5. Trying for f5 instead of taking, because this I would seem to give a lot of play on the f file. Alright, so f5, a bit of relief maybe. This pin and win. Or not. Okay, at least I get a pawn back. I would hope I get a pawn back. Okay, my king can't. I can't allow this queen d4. Okay, I've got a pass pawn. I suppose I can push the pass pawn and win a2 on this occasion. More specifically. Is there rook a1? Trying to undermine the blockade of the pass pawn. So, okay, I think, am I in business here with queen, maybe queen c3? I could be in business with queen c3. I don't think this is sufficient, any rook a1 there, because although I'm threatening rook a1, I think he's got queen e2. If rook a1, rook g1, I think queen c3 might be more to the point. Try and tactically destroy this blockader. Queen c3. Have I got any objection to queen c3? Any little downside creeping in to queen c3? Rook a1, queen a1, rook g1, e1. As long as I'm taking care of this key diagonal, I think queen c3. That's the only thing I can see that's interesting at the moment in the time constraints. I see. I see, okay. Maybe I'll have to play rook a2 then. This isn't... Or taking. Maybe taking. And just hang around with maybe queen d3. This gives me the possibility of... Oh. Rook g8 and queen e4? Not really. You would take... Not really. Can I take here? Was there queen? Have this? Check. Alright, I think I have to cash out. This pawn looks to be dropping. Not such a very good game, very good game. This is given a name, this pawn formation, by Hans Kmock. Although I've forgotten what it's called, unfortunately. There is a name to this. Sham twin. It's not really a twin. It's doubled. Okay, anyway. Okay, thanks. Okay, that was tough. Dangerous ride. So knight c3. So I'm tangoing in reverse. So if you want to check out my tango course, Kingscrusher TV /opening tango, because I'm using that kind of stuff in reverse. We have a light square strategy here. Very easy to play, it seems to be. Bypassing mainstream opening theory for this very naughty, easy to play system. Yeah. Very naughty. And I don't mind this strategic bishop exchange, weakening f5. I consider this a delicious position already. In fact, I'm wondering if bishop h6 wins immediately. Maybe it needs some preparation, because there might be knight e7. On the other hand, g4. Oh, I think it's worth a punt then, because g4, you know, I might be using the g file. Am I being unsound as usual, or have I got a point on this occasion? I could actually... No, I'm not entirely sure, you know, because g4, maybe he takes and then plays king h7. Maybe I do need to nab a second pawn. I think I'll nab a second pawn. isn't there? Queen G5. They're giving me knight F5 and then Queen F6. I think I had stronger with Queen H6, coming to think about it. But maybe there's... Oh, okay. As long as I'm not pre-moving, I can handle moves like that. Alright, thanks for the game. Yeah, see how dangerous this is? This tank, you know, if you want to play the tango right, I've analysed it to death in reverse. You just need to apply all this stuff in reverse, yeah, in that course, yeah. Opening tango. It bypasses tons of opening theory, clearly. Confuses opponents, yeah. Okay. Okay. Tango again. Yeah. So here we go. So clearly, Black's game is in its last throes with all these light square weaknesses. Yeah. Was it Brer that said after 1e4, White's game is in its last throes? Yeah, after 1e4. The hypermodernists, they were a bit negative about occupation in general. They believe occupation is just setting yourself up for failure. Yeah, when you occupy, literally, you're to be undermined later. Your centres to be undermined later. So, Reti, Brer, they all had that kind of negativity about. Well, not negativity. They questioned the value of occupation. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit like hypermodern object orientation. You know, it's not about the encapsulation, it's about the messaging, yeah? I don't know if any programmers will get that joke, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry, yeah, I couldn't resist. It is a hypermodern approach to object orientation, actually. I think there's a parallel. This is a substitute. I wanted to count. You know, this is a substitute. I thought I'd keep the show going in this form. By the way, yeah. Okay, so knight takes h6. Does that nab me a pawn or not? Knight takes h6. Does it? Oh, am I risking it? Am I risking some dynamic horror in the position? It may be the case. Okay, so if I play Queen F3, there might be knight h4. If I play knight f5, that at least stops bishop e7. Is my queen getting in trouble here? Am I getting in trouble? Oh, it's likely, isn't it? Oh, don't tell me my queen's getting in trouble. Am I being too negative here? Okay, if I take this. And if I protect this pawn, can I just protect it? Or maybe g4 even. So maybe king e2 here. Is there rook g6? Rook g6 I can take on h8, can't I? There's a weakness of the last move. It weakened h8. Okay. Got to look out for those weaknesses of the last move, guys. They're a big point scorer. Yeah, even in Grandmaster games, towards move 40, you can see what I'd call weakness of the last move, errors, where someone's engrossed in the plan, but they don't look at the technicalities of the weakness they've dynamically just created just with their very last move. It's very easy to get interested in the longer term plans at the expense of the short term mechanics of a move. Yeah, even in master games, I think. So knight takes d4 check here is taking out a centre pawn. I'm sorry, I had to, I felt gutted. I truly was totally gutted. If you have a pattern for 3 years of doing something for 3 years, I'll miss the guys. I hope some of them can come here. I think one of them or two has come here, Dangerous Royd, and I'm really happy about that. I was truly gutted when it stopped, for the record. What can I say? So it doesn't have to stop, I can do these. Okay, so I'm going to take this and go back. Okay, George Dev. I'm winning with the tango this morning. Thanks, Hanish Burger. Made me think of burgers as well. What is this? You want to make me hungry as well? What is this? Okay, anyway. Alright, so what's going on here? Is George Dev ready? 5 seconds. 1. Okay. 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 It's a sort of Vienna game. I found out recently on my research of pawn structures, Soltis, I think it's actually, in a way, a tribute to famous players if you master pawn structures as well with examples. Because what you'll end up with is studying certain key exponents, right? So the most obvious is if you study the Botvinnik system pawn structure, clearly that's after Mikhail Botvinnik, yeah? But more subtle, if you study the Scheveningen, which is not played anymore, it's, because the A6 makes a big difference, you'll end up basically having a tribute to Paul Keres. You'd basically get 10 examples of Paul Keres or other people using the Keres attack, to smash the Scheveningen structure. So what I'm saying is, it's almost like a tribute to certain historical players when you study pawn structures according to the Soltis classification, I think. It's a tribute. Because the Scheveningen doesn't exist in that form anymore because of the Keres attack. Well, hardly exists. The Keres attack is so strong statistically if you look at the databases, So because I don't know if this is common knowledge of you guys, but the reason is the Najdorf move A6 stops the Keres attack because the bishop's still eyeing G4, so that's what I'm saying, but you can take all of the pawn structures, and the one I definitely had to do in this vein about celebrating players in the past is the modern Benoni. But of course that's still useful if you play the King's Inu. You'll still sometimes want to transpose to a modern Benoni structure, But basically, if you think what are the examples of the Benoni, you end up doing a tribute to Mikhail Tal. You see? You see what I'm getting at? That if you study the pawn structures and the major exponents, it's like you're giving tribute to the major exponents, See what I'm getting at? Yeah? And, even the stone wall, because Magnus Carlsen's been winning with that sometimes with black, it's not as bad as all that. So it's a sort of tribute to Magnus Carlsen making use of the stone wall formation. Yeah? It carries on and on. It carries on and on. Except for certain technically, oriented names, D5 chain, E5 chain. But quite a lot of them, you end up doing these kind of, I think you end up doing these tributes to certain historical players. So anyway, because I've been checking. I think I'm nearing completion of this epic course I'm working on pawn structures. I've probably gone totally overboard totally. But I'm hoping to release it within the next 7 days, so you guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, that's a free rook. I'm taking that free rook. But yeah, I kind of really enjoyed looking at the Benoni structure, because it's also, you can avoid the critical lines of the Benoni, like the flick knife, if you wait for knight f3 and then you switch to Benoni structure. And even Kasparov, he beat Korchnoi transposing into a, Benoni structure. Once he saw, the fianchetto variation was being used, he switched to Benoni structure. It's not defunct, the Benoni. It's just in a particular move order, it seems to be suspect. But according to my good friend Alex Eflontis, even in the flick knife move order with f4 and bishop b5 check, apparently engines are finding interesting resources. You never know, they might actually revitalize these structures in certain move orders. I'm talking about certain move orders to get to them, which previously might have been too dangerous. So thanks, Georgiev. I'm not sure about the Scheveningen though, if that can be, because the Kerr's attack does seem fundamentally very, very strong. Okay, so Nightmare Man. Of course, the Panov formation is after the Panov bottomnet attack in the Caro-Kann when you have a pawn on c5. Of course. The major exponents. Knight takes d4. Is that not possible? Am I running into trouble here? Oh, hang on. This looks very precarious. Am I busted? It's a 3-minute game. So what should I do? Panic! Panic! No! I've got to move. I've got to move. Oh, I don't know. There's bishop e6. I've got to try and win on time. This looks like... Is this like... I'm busted. I'm busted already. What is this? Okay. Oh no. Oh no. What is this? What is this? Okay, he's using time. That's a good sign. He's using time. There's more downsides than just the position. There's the clock downside, isn't there? Of certain plans. The clock. You've got to factor in the clock as part of the position, guys. So that trade-off between trying to be perfect, yeah, and using the clock resource. It's like your fuel in a car in a Blitz game. He's using too much time here. Okay, the good news is I'm not a piece down. I think that's the good news here. I'm not a piece down yet. I can cope with... Okay, it's not even that bad, is it? It's not that bad. I don't think it's that bad. Okay. It's not that bad. Oh, am I giving up b7? Oh, no. Okay. I'm giving up b7 next. maybe for a little bit of counterplay or not. Am I imagining that? Maybe there's queen c5. No, I dropped the rook. I'm dropping b7 and c7. Ooh, how much fun is this? Dropping b7 and c7. Ah, but he's only got a minute. I'm factoring in he's only got a minute. Yeah, is that naughty? It's the only thing I can do now. I'm busted. I'm busted. "46 seconds is not that long." The professionals, when they play Blitz, they do have increment, by the way, guys, in FIDE tournaments. So this is actually a brutal version. It's not what you think when you see the FIDE Blitz. They do have increment. This is a brutal version of Blitz, yeah? So that fuel metaphor is much more relevant, I think. You can't run out of fuel, yeah? Okay. So knight b6. But my opening needs to be checked up on here. Why did I allow that sequence? Alright, there's a check for rook here. Pin. Pin and win. Alright, I think I'm back in business. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's not have another accident. Alright, yeah, no, that was well played. No easy ride for me this morning. Okay, ESTD. Okay, hi there. Okay. Oh, come on, man. You got to watch out for my naughty knight c6 and e4. How many people have fallen for this in my Blitz games recently, where I play knight c6 and e5, and they're casual pre-moving? I've got e4. Surely that's good here. There's no knight g5. Surely this is... I might overestimate it. Maybe it is hypermodern destruction. I'm a bit cautious now, actually. Maybe I should play f5, not d5. Is it hypermodern destruction or what? Of my installed center. a6 and c5. Just to deprive that b5 square. Okay, but hasn't the knight got no squares here? Where's the squares for the knight? Are they anywhere? Where are the squares for the knight? Okay, okay. That's what I thought. Okay. d4. This looks naughty for d3. d3. c4. This looks like what I think Hans Kmock would call a pawn wedge. A very aggressive pawn wedge. I'm sure he's got a particular name for this type of pawn wedge. He's very discerning. He creates neologisms. Does anyone know what a neologism is in the chat? Neologism. They're called neologisms, apparently. New terms which could catch on, like form pawn, is a neologism. As in the Greek logos, neologism. So there's weird and wonderful pawn things which, unfortunately, he also invented the lever. I always like to call it a pawn break, but for some reason he's the one that started with this lever nonsense as well. Yeah, why would it be called a lever? I mean, what's, you know? Okay, anyway, so yeah, so okay, this looks like a very dominating possession, I have to say. Okay, oh, check. Oh, I see. Okay, what if I play this? I am tempted to play bishop f4 and here for rook f4. Oh, it's too late now. Okay, maybe I can still Okay. Okay. Okay, this is hard work now, isn't it? Hard work. I'm going to take that to get the G6 square at least. Oh, this is... Yeah. Fight. You know what? I don't know. I don't know. How have I got this knight sack for 1 or 2 pawns? Is that worth it? 1, 2, 3 pawns. Is that worth it? Maybe the power of the pin is underestimated. If I play king f7, I think I've got knight f4. Alright, I control c7 for a moment. So knight f4, rook g5. I take out these pawns. This whole pawn chain is going to disintegrate surely. Tactically, I'm looking out for these vicious tactics against the pawn chains. So bishop f4. Now, I think I'm in business with passed pawns. I'm going to replace my opponent's occupation with passed pawns. My own passed pawns. So e3, maybe? Or bishop takes here. Oh, there's rook a7. Oh, I'm going to get mated. Hold on a sec. Rook a7, I'm virtually getting mated. Oh. Okay, I have to defend against rook a7. And I'm dropping the bishop. Maybe this isn't ideal. I mean, because he's protecting c3. It's not totally ideal, but at least, you know, I'm not getting mated. There's an upside here. I'm not getting mated. Yeah, that's the thing I'm focusing on. So knight d5, king e5. Is my king walking around? Uh-huh. It's a difficult position to play, I think. But, I mean, material up, but it's difficult to play, I think. Thanks. Very exciting. Hiroko. Isn't that some IT framework? It seems to be an IT buzzword, Hiroko. I've forgotten what it is in particular. So we have here a Caro formation, clearly. Caro. So what do I do? What do I want to do? What do I think I do with the Caro? This is interesting. What do I do with this Caro? I'm going to take it here. I can give that pawn back, actually. Because somehow I think that's a good move, intuitively. I'm not sure why. Is it less options to capture that pawn? There's something about c6. I'm not sure why. I can't put my finger on it. Is it less options to take it? I think it's a useful move. It's a desperado tactic, isn't it? c6. Desperado. Of some sort. A minor desperado. Okay. So h4. Have I got a form pawn attack? Maybe this is a way to play it. Form pawn attack. Oh! Whoa! Well, this tempts me for queen h5. Okay, let's see what the situation is. Surely not f6. This is getting very aggressive. Rook g3. Bishop h6. I'm going to sack on g6 at this rate. I'm sacking on g6. Am I? That is the question. Is g6 going to be a sackable thing? maybe I just smash through. It looks too spectacular to miss out the opportunity of doing this. It looks like fireworks. I can't do without. There's at least rook h1. Ah. That defends h7 with tempo. Didn't think about that one, actually. It's good my knight... You know what? I think he had queen e5. I think he had queen e5. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I think he had queen... Oh, no. Queen e5 covers everything. And this is not sound, right? This is not sound. After queen e5. Okay, I dread to think. Okay. Oh, it's -5. Yeah, as I suspected. Blimey, this is an entire refutation involving bishop e4 and queen takes e5. That's a good little trick, isn't it? Okay, lucky then. Okay. Okay. Okay, so e5. This is the Mexican defense. This is my preferred move order against d4, not to go into Shigorin, but to play knight f6, hoping for c4. Yeah, hoping they're not boring with knight f3. Yeah. So if they play c4, there's still some dark square, you know, playground to this. Dark square weakness provocation. It's like an upgrade to the d5 chain, winning with the d5 chain, with a sort of King's Indian bishop being swapped off early, and you're just celebrating literally the dark squares, aren't you? It's like an upgrade to the King's Indian defense in a way. Queenside is not completely, you know, obliterated here, and you know the unsuspecting opponents might actually castle here. He's not castling. He's not castling. No. Yes. Yes. Castling into it. Clearly castling into a vicious attack. Yeah? Clearly. Oh, this is a dream come true. My rook is so happy. My rook is so happy being liberated here. Yeah. Checkmate is the foregone conclusion. Foregone conclusion. There's not even a defensive knight on f3. Nothing's standing on guard here. Nothing is standing on guard. Okay, my king's in the center, but you know what? You know, queen h4 coming up. What is going on here? What is going on? Why can't I play like this? No way. No way. No. This is not possible. Not possible. No. Doesn't compute. Hang on. I've just realised something. I've got which is fortunate because otherwise my queen would have been trapped. I know it's a technicality. Look, this is why Tao plays the Benoni and he's the only one that wins. Because you've got to find that one resource that sometimes saves your bacon, yeah? You've got to find the one resource which saves the bacon, yeah? As I have done here, clearly. But, you know, even from a Prologian logic perspective, it was a weakness of the last move because it was blocking the e3 square. It's logical if you think about it. I know it's brutal and horrific, but let's get down to logic. There was a weakness of the last move as well, yeah? Okay, now I got lucky again. I'm not playing Hyper Bullet, man, at this time in the morning. I can't play Hyper Bullet. That's so unfair. No. It has to be Bullet. 3 minute. or 5 in it. Yeah. Does anyone want me to play this hyperbullet game? If you really want me to play this hyperbullet game, what does the crowd want? I'm going to get humiliated on hyperbullet. Okay, no commentary then. Queen G5 and Queen H6. Queen G. Yeah. Alright, I got lucky there. Got lucky. But not much time for commentary, guys. So that's the problem. That's the downside there. No commentary time, I'm afraid. Okay, Gogip. That reminds me of Gorgin Paul. Hi, Gorgin Paul. If it's Gorgin Paul, hi there. Okay. Is this Gorgin Paul? As I realized my phone. Okay, I might have to take this if they don't go away. Okay, please go away. No, please go away. It's not going to happen, is it? Please stop. Alright, so knight G, D5 for D4. Alright, so is there D4? Or am I getting obliterated? Is there D4? I'm hoping there's D4 without too much pain involved. But I have in reserve Queen E8 here. Alright, I don't want to weaken G6. That's out of the question. As long as I keep hold of G6, F5. Alright. I'll take that. Yeah, I'm wondering if Queen E8. My good friend Alex said to me, I was discussing modern Bodoni with him, structures the other day, as you do, and he did say, you know, Petrosian loved it when players played like Tal. He loved it because he'd just destroy all their attacks, just eat all their material, you know, that would be it. He loved it when people thought they were playing like Tal. I think he benefited from people playing like Tal at the time. Because Tal's around at the time, of course. Okay. Here we go. Am I going to be able to prove this unsound or not? Bishop D5. Is Bishop D5 trapping the queen? Not too many squares for the queen. Okay, I'll take with them. I think the knight makes sense. And maybe here. And maybe F4. Hang on, this knight's hanging. You guys know the difference between a hanging piece and an unprotected piece, don't you? A hanging piece is one you can immediately take. An unprotected piece is just unprotected, but you might not necessarily be able to immediately take it. the reason I'm saying this, I'm not trying to be patronising. It's just that I wanted to make sure of my own terminology. When doing the tactics course recently, Kingscrusher TV / chess tactics. Yeah, you should check it out. But yeah, terminology. Okay, so queen knight takes. I think knight takes. All right. So okay, here we go. So a5. Okay. I mean, I'm blasting down this second rank. This second rank looks like something. Uh-huh. Alright, I'm going to take this. Or am I leaning into a stalemate? And it's still got king h2. And watch out for stalemate, so there's not too many moves available. So king h2, I have to make sure. Thanks, Goggin. Dangerous Rope, we played are you put back in the queue? Okay, I'll maybe play at the end. Okay. Okay, so Ilst. Hello. All right. Yeah. Okay. What to do here? Okay. It's Scotch game territory. So there's either a bishop b4. I like to try this bishop b4, which I've recommended. It's a Miles move. Try and get this c3 square used up. Okay, that's not supposed to happen. That's supposed to be the move c3, surely. So, okay, so I'm on c3. Now, this structure looks... I'm not sure there's enough compensation. Bishop e6 as well. Queen d4. Okay, there's queen d4 there. Maybe I could wait. There's always queen d4. This is the snag. Is it a silly move otherwise or not? Being a perfectionist. What about this? To sort of try and win c3. Try and win c3 out of this. These are all detail. This 4c move detail. Try and win c3. Different relative to that other tactic where I win c3. Okay. So I assume d6 I can stabilize d-file. I assume I can be okay here. The pawns are sort of fragmented. That's a good sign. Okay. Alright, I'll play that. I want my king out and about. So I think I've got oh. Okay, white will double. I could play this bridge move. Is he going to heal my pawn structure? He's healing my pawn structure. So I've got a 3-1 over here. I'll get rid of this because it could be a backward liability. But fundamentally, a 3-1 pawn majority. I think, yeah, no, this is promising. Okay, I'll have to deal with this pass pawn over here. The other consideration is if I need a3 as a tactic, as a fast tactic, a3 might be more to the point. Okay. Now he gets to a1 quite quickly. Alright, what about, okay, c5. Well, again, it raises the issue of a3. How would he get there that quickly? a3 as an alternate to ab that's closer to the king. Oh, okay. Okay. I see. I see. I have to do something else now. Ah. The check and rook c2, or the check and b2, or the check and rook c2. Yeah. Check. I feel my king needs to be there, not a blockaded pawn. Maybe I can get my king to d3 and then help with c3. I mean, that encourages a blockade. Right, thanks. Thanks, Ozzy. Okay, Crip. So Crip. Hi there. So, let's see. A quiet Vienna. I've had bad. I think black can equalise in that Vienna Gambit. Well, or rather, people are equalising against me in particular. Maybe I don't know enough. I'm not sure it's entirely sound. Now, my verdict. So this is the quiet Vienna, where I just play it like quiet without too much bridge burning. When I say bridge burning, you know, those committal kind of decisions, like losing material. Without too much compensation. Difficult to reverse those decisions. Okay, knight g4 is scary. Okay. I have to neutralize this bishop, I think. ASAP. Otherwise, yes, this is getting scary. Oh, I've just dropped h3. Okay. No, it's become critical. And this is an amazing pawn sack. It's become a little bit silly, this position now for me. My opponent's taking the fight to me here. Taking the fight, unless I can cozy up with the h-file. Oh, this seems a bit more likely now if I can cozy up to this as a sort of gambit. If I take and then knight f4. Or just knight f4. Take knight f4. Or I need some sort of defensive measure before being obliterated. Maybe it's queen f3 to hold on to these squares a bit. If I played g3, I mean king g2. There's a lot of specifics. If I'm going to try and save this situation, some details. It looks a bit strange, as if I'm getting obliterated. There's a possibility of a double pawn sack, I suppose. If he plays g4, there's queen f6 maybe. If he plays like hg or h1, there's a double pawn sack. There's a queen g3 here. Queen g3. Okay. I'm playing 95. Not good yet. No, not good. Okay, but at least it's not checkmate. It's not checkmate. So rook h6 might be back in the game a little bit. We've got an e6 square to play with. My opponent has taken the fight to me in this game. It is a very good recipe, this h5 actually. I think it's in John Nunn's book, Secrets of Grandmaster Chess. I think he hacked someone up with an h5 caveman attack. It might have been the Vienna game. The time factor's creeping in a little bit. So at least, yeah, again, okay, f3 is dangerous though, isn't it? Is it worth playing king g3? Not ideal. On the other hand, not yet mated. Rook e6. Okay, I'm holding d5 at the moment. Let's just hold b2. Okay. Can I play rook g6 or not? Try and dismantle this pawn chain. Alright, 2 rooks. Oh, I don't mind that. I'll take on here. Right. I can take on d4 here. That could be worth. Okay. And the rook can protect. This one can go there. The g4's covered. It does make me think maybe the Vienna Gambit was better than this. Depends if they play like this or not. Okay. For the h-file attack, it makes the Vienna Gambit look really good in contrast. Hmm. D5 is a problem then. Alright, back to D5 being a problem. Maybe rook C4. Can I take on C7? Protect G4 again. Yeah, no, I hated that. That wasn't fun. Oh man, I was being victimized there. Well played. Okay, yeah, no, that's a very good antidote. I have just openly told you the antidote to my Vienna game. Yes, that means I'm going to be forced into the depths of despair with the Vienna Gambit if too many of you play that H5 attack. Oh dear. Okay, can't win here. Cheapo alert. Oh dear. Sorry, it's a trap. One should know these traps. It's a trap without any inconvenience, no compromise of the position. No trade-off, no downside trap. I think pieces are okay on D3, bishop on G5. Thanks. Be aware of that trap. Don't fall in that trap too much. Yeah. Okay, man. All right. You keep telling me what the hell is going on here. Okay, try and work out about this. Opens up the queen. I'm going to get brutally crushed, aren't I? Okay. Okay, what is going on? Can I make this like a normal chess position, so I have an idea what the hell is going on? Pardon the French. I'm going to try and rearrange it like normal chess position. Oh, blimey, if that's possible. I mean, G4, knight F5. Maybe it's not that bad. Knight D5. Okay, so A3 and B4, is that too weakening? Oh, D3 is weak. Okay, this is getting scary already. Why is D3 this weak? It's tactics as well. Can I blockade something? Is this pawn surrounded? I'm going to watch out for this tactic. Okay. Well, I believe I'm a pawn up. That was concerning me, indeed. This king is very aggressive. Go away, king, go away. Go away. Maybe H4 here. Try and... Oh, I'm down to 30 seconds as well. Okay. pre-move time. No, I'm crumbling. Okay, this is now lost. Uh-oh. Ah! That wasn't a great outing for me, was it? In this variant. That wasn't the best. Well played. That was brilliant. I mean, it must be a boost in confidence or something. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. The stalemate, lucky escape there. Okay. Swiftly moving along. Yeah, I'll try to erase that game from my memory ASAP. I think I like my tango start, yeah. Maybe I gain time on the clock with this. I know what I'm doing to start off with. It's possible. I'm benefiting from my weird opening fairy, it seems. On the evidence of that game. I hate to say it. But anyway. Okay. This looks as though this is dangerous. For h4. Is that not dangerous? Oh. Uh-huh. What's this bishop doing here? If I take or not, or take here. I can take. Oh, I can take here. Hang on. That solves one or two issues with loose pieces. Okay, so Queen h5. So f7, h-file. This looks good all of a sudden. I think the h-file and f7 and this, yeah, okay. Okay. Does, yeah, it takes, I can just double now on h7. Thanks to the game. Okay. Alright, dangerous sign. Let's quickly play this rematch. Eager Beaver. Oh, is he around? Okay. Given it's a 3-minute game, especially, I'll break the rule like I did, I think, just now with the double. Okay, the rules are not that solid, but if it's 3-minute, yeah, okay. B6, bishop c5. Okay, so bishop c5 and then d6 maybe soon after. As you know, that's one of my favourite plans. So d6 coming up after. Here we go. I'm sorry to be repetitive with this plan. Given it's a 3-minute game, it's good. No, I don't have to think too much, with this plan. Yeah. It's about weakening f4. So it is like a sort of version of the King's Union where, I keep saying King's Union really, it's not really like the King's Union. It has got a d5 pawn chain, I suppose. I suppose there is a common thing about the d5 pawn chain. It's like trying to upgrade the d5 pawn chain. I mean, I can play it like King's Union now, knight h7, f5, f4. It's just without the bad bishop. Right, so f4 coming up, and then maybe knight g5 is the same thing. So f4. Okay. It's the gig economy, by the way, guys. FIDE is a strong word for the gig economy. It wasn't guaranteed. It was just a bit of fun on Sunday. It's not my main income. I don't consider FIDE is a bit of a strong word, okay? I just want to point that out, Devo. It's a bit of a strong word. Maybe it's not. Doesn't make that much sense in this context. It was a bit of fun for me on Sunday, and we can still do it here, so no big deal. No one got killed. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. Is that G4? I'm running into trouble. What is going on here with the clock? Hang on. I don't understand what's going on with the clock. Why is he down to 6 seconds? Okay, my queen's getting trapped, but he's down to 6 seconds. Anyway, okay. Here we go. Oh, no, I'm not playing quarter of a... I'm not. Sorry, man. I can't do that. Can't do that. I'm not doing that. I'm not playing ultra bullet. Thanks, though. Yeah. For the variety of invitations this morning. Yeah. But my preference is standard chess. Yeah, standard chess. Because it means I don't have to think too much, actually. Yeah, I can play my pet systems. Yeah, I'm one of those people that like opening theory and even though I don't like opening theory, I still have my pet systems. So it means I can be quicker in the opening part. I think the chess 360 is brutal. I have to work out everything, improvise from move one. That was a brutal experience. I would love to say I'm so talented I can just be brilliant at that, but it's not true, is it? Not on these fast time controls anyway. I have to work it out. But yeah, if I get into the tango, you can see I'm getting a bit of time on the clock. Not this tango in general, you know, that we've seen. I'm getting a bit of time on the clock, which is very important for Blitz. But yeah, okay. So b6 and c5. You know, this light square bishop without the counterpart. There's no counterpart to that light square bishop, yeah? I think I found that very useful. I mean, I don't know if I've got this fetish for that, but when looking at different pawn structures and pawn breaks, I like to factor in that little detail about the bishops, because they're on the one road only of a certain colour. I think it's fundamentally important in a way to make sure your pawn structure has harmony with your bishops. And if you've got a bishop without a counterpart and they've got weaknesses with that colour, which my opponent hasn't got here that many weaknesses on either. So they're not that brilliant at the moment. I must admit, these bishops, talking about bishops, they're not that brilliant. I'm going to try and stop this entry point, d7 entry point. Can I play queen f7 as well, just to hold on to c7? And as you know, this doubling on that one shared file could be dangerous. So I'm hoping to take out the entry point d7 with bishop c6. Downside knight d5, factoring that in. Queen f7, holding c7. Downside of that, maybe f5 undermining d5. It's all up and down that. Knight d5, queen f7 for f5. As long as g5 isn't weakened too much, I think that should be a plan. Queen f7 for f5. Maybe rook e8 and f5 is actually better against that pinned pawn against the queen here. Rook f8 and f5. Any bishop b5? Is that skewering? There's no c4 here. Maybe it's not just being pedantic, it's actually it's a way of winning an exchange. Do I want that? Yeah, probably. Okay, so it's a little bit tricky. This bishop's asleep at the moment. Okay, so bishop takes d3. Pin here for c6. This looks good actually because rook takes and I get to double the pawns. Okay, take this file. I know it seems unfair, the game's sort of hinges on a little detail, but maybe, you know, that's often the case, you know, little details and tactically make the difference. My bishops were kind of sleepy at that point. Wasn't really much going on at that point. Okay. All right, so maybe rook a3. Oh, okay. Could be a problem here. Try and create a pass pawn now. Try and create a pass pawn. So try and pin one of these knights. Okay, there's a pass pawn over here as well. Well, there's a stalemate possibility there, I think. That would have been a stalemate attempt. Rook e4 would have been stalemate. Something to point out. Stalemate's not that far away. Got to keep an eye on stalemate. Alright, thanks for the game. Turbo Chess. Azuka. Hi there. Alright, 4 knights. Going into a Scotch game, transposition. D5 seems to be a bit liberating to me, yeah. In this particular position, it seems to be energizing the pieces. This pawn break, this pawn lever, sick, lever. Come on, Hanskmark. Couldn't you have called it a pawn break? Give us a break, Hanskmark. It's all this confusion now in the terminology. You know, I'm wondering what the hell is lever about. Okay. Anyway. Okay, so bishop a6. And so bishop c3. Oh no, this, and then bishop c3. And then knight c3. Oh, no. That wasn't supposed to happen. That was not supposed to happen. Muppets. Oh, man. Muppets. No, I've just got the worst pawn structure. That's just great. Now I'm just worse. Was I really trying to set a trap? Every time something horrible like that happens, it's like I was virtually trying to set some sort of trap up. That's the temptation, isn't it? There was a temptation to do something non-principled just then, based on some silly trap sequence. I didn't realise it was a trap when I was setting the trap, but it's kind of the trap, same sort of trap psychology, but as in a bad trap, one that damages the position a little bit. So anyway, you know, giving up the bishop pair, for example, like I did, which could have been interesting to have held on to. So, yeah, the lure of a forcing sequence is like setting a trap. So bishop b2. I have to win this all over again from this position. This has to be won all over again, and actually worse out with this structure. There you go. Okay. Rook a6. I mean, try and be slightly better again. I mean, I wasn't winning. I don't know. Knight c3, knight c5, king g7, knight d6. Okay, random moves been called out. Rook e8, rook e7. Maybe I can play king f8. c5 maybe has some point to it. Oh, I hate this position. Okay, I'll just try and control a file. I've got this sort of fawny pawn there. I'll try and control this file, try and get to a2 maybe. That's a mini idea to start off with. Get the king aggressive is another idea now. King needs to come about, I think. Come out and about. b2. Okay, immediately there's rook e2 here. Okay, I have to sack this one. Otherwise there's rook d2 anyway. Kind of weakness in the last move. Rook e2, yeah. This is good because I think I can just double the 2 pigs on the 7th if rook a1. Yeah, this is a common thing. You want to keep your rooks active and coordinated, and sometimes rooks on the 7th. That's a good goal. So this could be, the form pawn could become pass pawn. Temptation. Not tempted. Aggressive king in the endgame. Maybe I'm equalizing finally. Okay, thanks. Okay, don't doubt. I'll mix it up with d4 here in this last game. I think. So e4 and f4. d5 pawn chain. Benoni, transposition. It's taking the sting out of the playing the Benoni here. There's no flick knife variation. There is a d6 pawn. So classic plan here. Nevertheless, classic plan. It looks as though there's a congestion issue here. I can imagine g4 winning a piece if there's no reverse gear for the bishop. This g4 needs to be kept in mind. Example, bishop f8, bishop f3, knight d7, g4. Ah, what's this about? I see. It's all very tactical. It's all very tactical. On F4. Very nice. Intriguing. Maybe bishop g3. Just bishop g3. The knight holds b2. Maybe just bishop g3. Okay, there's rook d4. That's interesting. So bishop g3. Okay, so what's this? I think he had in mind it was fork. It wasn't quite a fork. I mean, it wasn't quite winning material. Blunt this bishop. It seems natural to blunt that bishop. Take the file seems natural as well. And rook e7, bishop f8. There's no. Really, if you want rook e7, you really want something on f7 basically, like an extra thing on f7 to justify that invasion. Otherwise, it's a sort of liability. Okay, I can play rook a2 to sort of blunt this counterplay a little bit. Try and blunt it. And blunt this. Try and make sure no form pawn with h3 crashing into my king. Try and stabilize her. Queen d2. Can I take on a6? If queen a7, maybe I go bishop c4 or queen a1. I don't want to give the dark square bishop without a counterpart too easily. That could be seriously bad, dangerous counterplay. If I played bishop e5 just to simplify. Although this knight, maybe it's worth it here. Could be worth it here. Or is it? Maybe it's not. Tricky. Okay, is it worth it? Oh, I'm going to do it. In this particular situation, it's more tempting. So, g4. Is there bishop d3? g4. Let's try and hold on to this b2 pawn. If b2 goes, c3 is weaker. I'm threatening now. Okay. It's a bit grovelly, actually, isn't it? This is a little bit grovelly. Queen moves. There's bishop c4. I'm looking at f7. My rooks are just dead at the moment. They're silly rooks at the moment. Queen e3 for f4 springs to mind here. This also looks at that one. So f4, is that too weakening? F6, am I achieving anything? Maybe g4, g5, just kick this bishop off this diagonal will be good. Right. Okay, there's nearly a tactic to win my queen. I'm going to get off that diagonal before it's too late. I'll play a check first. Oh, hang on. Rook h2. Okay, yeah, thanks. Tough one. Okay, I better stop here. I'm getting a bit knackered now. So thanks for coming. See you guys next week. We should do this next week, yeah? I'll put it on YouTube tomorrow because I think there needs to be a 24-hour thing. Comments, questions, likes, subscribes, etc. on YouTube. Really appreciate it. Please do check out the new Kingscrusher TV / chess tactics course at Udemy. That's got the voucher code associated to that URL, which I've renewed recently. That lasts another 30 days. And it's become one of the top selling, actually, one of the most popular courses at the moment. If you want to check that out, it's actually, just within weeks, it's become super popular. Check out the reviews. That goes on that. Chess tactics. In case you want URL, Kingscrusher. Alright, see you next week then. Thanks so much.